Some exciting changes are afoot. Today I'm going to be talking about moving basically everything that I have set up in this Lego room or Lego area in my basement. Well, what kind of sparked this change was I had a table over here that somebody needed to borrow. So I had to take everything off of it, which is kind of where my workstation was set up. And then there's obviously some of the city stuff set up over here, and then everything else is just kind of a gigantic mess. This is what's usually behind me when I'm filming, and then a whole bunch of different storage bins. These temporary carpet pieces that I have down here are just getting trashed, so I figured it's time for those, time for new ones of those. But in order to get new ones of those, I'd have to basically remove all this stuff out anyways. So I'm like, at this point, we might as well move everything into a bigger location anyways. Because, as you can see, I virtually have no table space left over here to put anything else, and I've got quite a few more sets that I actually need to build. Now, the other side of my basement, on the other hand, has got plenty of room to work with. So I figured it's time to just kind of make the move, since a whole bunch of stuff needs to change anyways. So here's kind of what I'm thinking. First of all, I'm not gonna finish the basement right now because that would cost me $25, $30, $40, $50,000, who knows. So we're just gonna kind of work with what we got. And what I'm thinking, obviously the first thing that needs to go is a window covering for this window for obvious reasons. And then what I'm gonna do is probably hang up some kind of drapes or curtains that go over to here, go along this area, and then I might just make like this little nook area. I moved some of the tables that I had over here just to kind of see what it would look like, but just kind of make this nook area my workspace, and then the curtain would hang right here. So we'd be walking from this area down over to here, and then this would open up into basically a display room. So I'd have a workspace and then kind of a display room.
So you have an office and a workspace.
I do. I cannot create in the same space that I conduct business.
So what I'm thinking is we'll have the main city set up just kind of in the middle of the room here. And then along the walls, I want to put like some 4x4 tables that will kind of be like diorama tables. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to build like a winter village area and a medieval area and kind of like a residential area, maybe a farm, who knows. But I don't want to try to find a way to incorporate that into the city because I feel like it just gets messy. And in my mind, I don't like, oh, 3 streets over, you've got this medieval area. And for some people, like, that's how they have to do it. But I want to separate mine out into little diorama tables, and then they'll be like probably like 4 feet by 4 feet, and we'll just have like 4 or 5 or 6 of those set up around, but in the middle we'll keep like the bigger main city display. So again, you can walk from here, which will be like the display room, come back over into like this little nook area, which I think I'm going to keep this as like the work area. I think this will work good for that. I can put the sets behind me so there's a good backdrop area. And then, like I said, we'll just kind of wall stuff off with like a white curtain or something for now, just until, I eventually want to finish the basement, but it's just, I'd rather spend $10,000 on Lego than I would $10,000 on sheetrock. So I know it's probably doesn't look as polished and as finished, but that's just kind of my priorities right now. The other cool thing is it shouldn't really cost me a lot of money to do this because I have a whole bunch of these curtain rods from IKEA that have just been floating around my house for like the last few years, and I didn't want to throw them away, and I'm really glad that I didn't, because now this will be the perfect use for those. And then the curtains probably won't cost that much, and so it's a pretty simple, easy transition. It's not super cost effective. So let me know your feedback if you guys like the idea of the way I'm thinking of doing the layout, if you see a better option or better potential to change it into a different way. Let me know in the comments, and thanks for stopping by. I'm not going to say the S and the L word though. Thanks again for stopping by.